Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. With that, let's get out into the desert. Standing by in Glendale, here are Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals are set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes. Because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that control the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks to stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a man who will forever live with a heartbreak of throwing that interception on this field a few years back in Super Bowl 49. It's Russell Wilson.
Heartbreak for Russell Wilson and his Seattle teammates. How about climbing to the top of the mountaintop for Malcolm Butler, the rookie corner who made that play? Undrafted free agent. He makes one of the biggest plays in Super Bowl history with that interception and gives New England another world championship.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. And here's the starting offensive unit for Seattle.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the two guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that to start to make progress.
Here's second and 10 now from the 29. To throw is Wilson. Throwing again. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. And here is the Cardinal defense.
Chandler Jones had a nice run in New England. I think he's found a real home in Arizona with their pressure package and their ability to utilize him in various ways. Standing up as an outside linebacker, he can come off the edge or loop inside in pass rush. And they can also put his hand down on the ground in pass rush situations and let him try and win against offensive tackles.
So now an early third and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, the dangerous Pharaoh Cooper. Taking about the 16. That'll be put in the books as a 50-40-yard punt. And the Cards will take over first and 10. Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And taken forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. And here are the offensive starters for Arizona.
I can go on and on about Larry Fitzgerald and his numbers, which are considerable, and everyone knows that. The thing I keep coming back to, he never quits seeking knowledge. Every year, he works with former NFL players who were great wide receivers in order to improve his game, watches a ton of film, always curious, always finding a way to adapt and improve his game.
2nd and 5 now. Murray. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
A little football 101 there. You see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at it, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On 1st down, Drake. Solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7. Leaves him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams have to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already. As they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. A handoff out of the pistol. It's Drake. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
No surprise there. Should be included with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
On 2nd and 12, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
Bobby Wagner's one of the more fluid middle linebackers in the NFL, able to range deep in coverage, also able to rush the quarterback both inside and off the edge, and is an absolute tackling machine in the running game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And that one he was hoping for there as this will get in the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. You go.
The first carry for C.J. Closens fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're open, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. This is the Oklahoma State run. Chris Carson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime you call inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case. That play got bottled up.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Out they go. Here's Wilson. He can run for it, and he will. And we'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And partner, I would guess that in his headset, he's hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 18. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Drake will strike the drive on the ground. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll lead him with a 2nd and 3.
Someone's looking fresh, and his old line is definitely looking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. Screen play, Johnson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Now that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Here's Andy Lee now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on the end of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, Everyone talks about converting up third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short game on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the game there. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaches staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Carson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. There's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cassius Marsh just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure come at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this is caught by C.J. Prosize. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Going good for 14 and a Seahawk first. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
On first down, it's Carson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wilson. He hits his running back, Prosize. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice and ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. And a reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half. And our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. Now there's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Now the throw here to his running back.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play. If you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Throwing now is Murray. They set up the screen to Drake. They juked him, and that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Here's Andy Lee now, as he's on the punt for Arizona. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On first down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wilson. Gonna throw again. Try and set up the screen. It's complete. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. That 2nd down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. Now it's Carson. Well, he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
First down, Murray. And now he's going to use his legs. Murray with a nice move. He's brought down after a very nice game. And we'll find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down in a 21-yard gain. But Charles, in the past, a lot of people call this offense one-dimensional. I think you did. Well, it was you. Be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, They needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense. And now, as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
Here's Murray from midfield. And he finds Fitzgerald. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leads him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. Nothing is our score. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been a defensive stalemate. No scoring in that first half whatsoever. But a breakthrough can't be too far off. And for the start of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. Let's feel it a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
They'll start the drive with Dre. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? Because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Murray throwing on second down. And it's off the mark, incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities to help out that offense?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Murray to his left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
That's a good effort. They were trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get it down, he might have lopped it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going.
Took on handling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1 yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They can just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to pick up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
I think they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Wilson now to throw on third down. Rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it they're picking up the first down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Play action. Now Wilson. That's caught by Hollister. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. There's a throw out one complete to his running back right side. And he is going to lose yardage here. They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
You're crediting your defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? From the gun, Wilson. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And they do get this across midfield at the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put it in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over, and still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes there's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
They try to quick hit her inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go to Johnson again. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one, 1st down pickup of 8.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people thinking, just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing up 1st down is Murray. Completes it to Fitzgerald. And he'll be brought down. That's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Drake. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
We know today's NFL really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball. That way you often control the game.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw. And that is incomplete.
Actually overthought this one a little bit. They've been running really well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Here's Andy Lee now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. In case you were wondering, last scoreless tie in the NFL, 1943, Giants and Lions. So here we are in the 4th quarter, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Well, I got a feeling, partner. I've got a feeling that this is going to be the drive. In fact, something big might happen defensively.
Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll begin the drive with Carson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver. We were the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's hit.
Heavy rush, and down he goes. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Draw play. This is Carson. Pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Give him 2 yards on that play. And the 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. By the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. Yeah, they'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
When you see those runs to the perimeter, when you see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it's a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Murray looking left sideline, incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Shotgun now from Murray. And a run. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up the 1st down. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go with a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Short game, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely, this defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Cardinals got to go quickly, hustling to the line. To throw is Murray. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Bradley McDougall that time able to knock it away. This secondary as a unit, they worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They got to name this unit soon.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Murray now. It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. And they'll bring it down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Andy Lee now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Chris Carson trotting back out there. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence, and they just get their assignments down, they get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gets you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is get their yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. Now Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Clock rolling here, about to hit 30 seconds. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Wilson. Rolling to his left. He's going to take off with it. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Throwing now is Wilson. He's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down. Wilson now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far. It's 1st and 10. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So now this little rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So now this little rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. This from long, very long range. And this one will not get there. Top to the left anyway. It's no good. Instead of nothing on the scoreboard, it remains a scoreless tie. So it was a golden chance to go ahead here in the final moments, but he misses for a second time in this game.
Brandon, either one of those go, and they might be on their way to a victory. Instead, they got to hold on here defensively just to force overtime.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Tie game, probably time for one final play here. What do you do in this spot?
Now you're thinking about Hail Mary. You've got to find a way to heave it all the way towards the end zone to give yourself a chance. Your time management sheet tells you with this amount left on the clock, you don't get cute and try and get 2 plays, because if you try that, that's all you're going to get is 1 and one towards the end zone.
How will they handle it? Let's find out. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. Let's the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets double, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They run it with Carson. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
The 2nd down carry for Carson. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Call no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
And sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now it's Wilson. He may try and run for this. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. Wilson now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They run again with Carson. They'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. First throw in overtime now for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If you did decide to go for it, I call something deep. I throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt. It helps out your defense with field position.
Now here's Michael Dixon on for a very important punt here in overtime. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done, now part 2. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Running from the gun, Johnson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I was getting really excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. What can Murray do now with his drive? Fitzgerald's got it right side. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the sacred things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he's got his man. It's the time play. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Murray now, 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10. Again, running right, Drake. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3, now here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, here's Murray. That'll be taken in by Demir Bird. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A huge play there in overtime. 42 yards.
It's not surprised when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
They come out here in the eye. Now Murray says, hang on here. He'll step back and call a timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home and they'll stop him behind the line. Play the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Great, I go ahead and kick it right now. I know it's only 2nd down, but I kick it and give myself a little margin for error here.
Don't wait for 3rd. Have the extra down just in case.
If something goes wrong, messed up snap, anything like that, you fall on it, guess what? It's 3rd down. You still have the ball. You still have a chance to kick it.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. They go back to the ground with Johnson. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Stonewalled on second down. Now let's see what they can do on third and goal from the 2. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that's the old big but don't break approach. Make sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and force the field goal attempt that went through.
We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaunt. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.
Well, they have it. Those in the quarters, the winners, they did nothing against Seahawks. That was a shame. I'll be back with another one. React when I say it, so do right back.